Do you see any more?
No.
But it won't be long before...
Then we make for Marth.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Hopefully we'll have enough time to...
How many of your men were...
A damn sight less, and if you...
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long... It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, the inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable.
What do you say, Martha?
Well, when you...
My lord, there's... Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar. But I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... It's all right. There is only so much the boy can learn.
But a squire...
Would that really be... You were a squire once?
Know that I'll show you as much lenience...
I would not have it. We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I will not let you down, Lord Rossfield. You, or my uncle.
Anything catch your eye? Much obliged.
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the front.
I saw it with my own eyes.
If there are ghosts in the Royal Meadows, then why isn't the garrison dealing with them?
Four left for more on the captain's orders. Only 2 came back.
You heard what happened in the capital. In more?
What happens if they do flood country?
I can't do it.
I can't.
My lord.
We received the dame's men. There have been sightings of strange...
With the blue eyes. They've taken so many.
Okay.
And what of your mistress?
Oh, no. She went...
Then we'll look for her.
More arrived from the capital this morning.
2 soldiers were carrying it.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here. It's all we have.
What we have left is our lives!
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quick.
It was a note, but I thought you might still need...
Oh, like you. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe. I can't entirely blame the men of the garrison for losing heart. And they have provided a place for the injured.
I assume you have a plan?
We need to find out what we're facing. The captain lost his head.
Did you see the
creature? They came out of nowhere.
Do you remember?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed more when...
It's all right. It's all right. Give me your arm.
My family. That's...
You're a pikeman, yes?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so... And a pack of them glowing things found me.
Leave that to...
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
You saw those soldiers. You saw them.
It was all they could do to escape.
Clive, look!
I see them. With me!
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
Head off!
Do you think there are more?
There are always more.
You have the towns?
Don't think there will be more.
A wish, isn't that right?
Yes.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But now me, I never needed convincing. I become the people I love, include the ones standing before me. Now, if you don't mind, I have sentry.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my... But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning.
Poor bastard. Couldn't run because of the weight of it. It's load. Still, better a branded than one of us.
Sid! Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dallas... Mill has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they...
The desert's a big place. But the fact is...
What did you say to me?
As if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus, and at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the desert...
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll...
What makes you think...
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood, we hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty belly.
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And late.
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way. These accursed skies. Or an entire...
We're still working on the skies. Perhaps we can find a solution.
I hope so.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And we would have left to smolder. That anger...
My thoughts? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided...
And if there's one thing bandits...
What would Sid...
Well... he'd let them choose for themselves. And be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all...
That sounds like a
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the... It may still be possible to make... Before presenting them with...
And that would be...
To pool our resources and save this...
When all that fear and anger can be...
It appears we have... Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly.
As you wish.
You're fit. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking.
Play along.
What he means to...
Picture it, Conrad. Your own city guard.
Buying more supplies. We might as well scatter seeds near a rat's nest. They're the problem, and only steel will solve it.
Ah, Conrad. May I introduce you to Jane?
A pleasure, mate.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire...
Victor says that there aren't any men left to hire.
True as the crystal. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's...
Well, Con, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of you?
Absolutely. We'll show those bastards.
A can't believe that
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in... And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, Mullet.
If you're wondering why Dalamil's in such a sorry state, you can blame the bandit.
Why would anyone?
If I had my pickaxe, I would.
I mean, it may
All
still be
this
possible
after the
to
last
buy
cell swords we
something,
paid for
and
proved
we may
themselves
be allowed to keep it.
Yes.
Ah, Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious
Lord Underhill.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, the nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than it is only a matter of time for the peasant.
It is worse than I thought. If what, Lord, and while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose, which means that now, more than ever, we will, if our humble town is to endure not only this hardship.
All right. But you needn't have gone through this.
Thank you, Clive.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good. Merely that it produced... Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what...
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
No choice but to do what little I can to defend.
There's truly no chance for us to restock our supplies.
I would not see any
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news. Both Conrad and Natalie, with time.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury.
I take it your scouts found the bat.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. All.
You're not sick.
They don't just want food, they want...
I'm told the bandits march in two groups. One from the south and one from the desert. In a move down...
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert.
The rest, my friend, the stakes I concede are high. But if this does not...
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other.
Then it will be for us to see that their...
I thought you might.
We'll hold them up.
And we...
The womenfolk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
It's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Give me!
The townspeople.
I don't hear any fight.
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved...
We all saved up.
Conrad seems to have had a chance.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid...
I'll take that as a... Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least.
I'd be happy to tell Otto everything that happened. But I know he appreciates it when you...
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Was wandering at ours from all our friends. How is it you always manage to arrive at...
Luck, I suppose. Any word of...
let's see. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys, too.
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, now's not the time to second guess you. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Ty.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed, But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive...
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find the means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its...
You know how I feel about this. But your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. You earned this. All done?
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Rutherford. Where would he be among...
Round and round the city clock, the wyvern chased the eagle. The birdie sought to catch it.
What am I gonna do? Oh. But no...
Is everything... You seem...
Oh, I don't know what that... Oh, I think Nan might...
It's all right.
Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go... I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd...
Don't worry. Of course. Lady Karen.
Not me.
You're...
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the cob.
Just... all right.
Oh. Are you? And who was it?
All I know is that someone in Dalamil...
And what? You believe... Look. I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time, but that woman is no more. And you know...
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me.
No. I reckon you've got...
Of course. I spoke that the rumors were unfounded, and that along with some other things. And while it sounds like...
Oh, I knew... But why would people...
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, that trader, he said they were all talking about her in so that's where I'm going. I'll find...
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's...
Oh, but that's...